Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Youmans here from Oxnard, California with Tyler Smith, offensive lineman for your Dallas Cowboys. And Tyler, it's a different thought process for you now. Going into year number 4, that happened really quick, first off, from the 2022 draft into the 2025 season. What's your mindset going into your 4th year in the NFL and being one of the elder statesmen on this offensive line?
As always, just to be the best. Every day in the summer, the spring, the time we had off, I attacked every day with the mindset to come out here and, be the best, not only for myself, but for the guys around me. And so, we're trying to win this championship, put a great season together. And yeah, that's kind of where my mind is at.
You had the opportunity to learn under guys like Zach Martin and Tyron Smith and even Lyle Collins, who's making a return here to Dallas. But when you think back to those times and how much you learned, how much does that influence your involvement with the younger guys around you on that offensive line?
I think it influences me a lot. Like, obviously, all the things they taught me coming in as a young rook, the young buck, eyes wide, just the knowledge they gave me, the pointers of the game, the tips of the game, the things that made it, slow down and made me understand certain aspects of how to become a better player. That's something I definitely, I feel like I need to pass on. I feel like that's our responsibility, like to take those lessons and pay it forward, just like Zach and Tyron and all the guys before them did for them. And so,
you mentioned the standard. This is a team that has invested quite a bit in the offensive line, whether it be draft capital or contract situations and things of the sort. But you're the next one up in the list of the contracts. They already spent the first-round pick on you back in 2022, but they've done so since they drafted you. What does that say to you about how much the offensive line matters in this organization and in this scheme moving forward?
I think it's, we're paramount, and I think that's something that I've been hearing since I got here. It's something that Coach Shoddy was saying in the spring, in his first tenure. He told us straight up, he was like, you guys are going to be my bell cows. Like, I want ultimately the standard of this building to reflect the standard of y'all. Like, we're going to go as y'all go. And I truly think that's something that we've embraced as an offensive line, just knowing that, ultimately, like, the team will depend on us. Like, and when our numbers call, we'll be ready, because we have guys who maintain a standard of excellence. Like, I know it's crazy, but, the first Great Wall of Dallas, like, you see, like, I played with those guys, I learned from those guys. And so I think the most important thing is just maintaining that excellence, obviously, and building upon it as well. Like, there are things that, we may be able to do better in our time with it. So I think that's just like what we need to do right now.
Let's talk a little bit about the guys that have been drafted in the first round after you, starting with Tyler Guyton. Of course, the injury this summer kind of pushes his progress back. But what have you seen from Tyler, both from a off-the-field standpoint and an on-the-field standpoint, that encourages you in his growth?
He's truly attacked his preparation, and I think that was one of the most important things in making that jump from college to the league, is just learning how to prepare like a vet, learning how to, take care of yourself as a vet and things of that nature. And I think he's not only attacked his work, but, mentally he's attacked the study book, and he knows what he's talking about. Things are, slowing down for him. And before, his untimely, his injury or whatever, like, he was doing great. Like, his sets were looking clean, like, he was looking dominant. And, like, all of his gifts that he has as a player were just on full display. And I feel like when he comes back, obviously he's going to keep going for where he left off. But, man, I'm excited for him. I'm extremely excited. I feel like, we talked about it when we first got here, but we want to be the best left side in football.
Yeah. Now, what about the right side? Tyler Booker, first-round pick this year, going into his rookie season. What has your conversation and your advice been like to Book to continue through his first camp?
Book makes it easy because he's such a hard worker. He asks all the right questions, and he was asking me a couple of days ago, just kind of like, how do you attack backers and stuff like that. And so I think approach I took is just like answer the question he has. Like, when I see, he may be struggling with something, or he has a question about something, like, just kind of telling him how I see things, how, people kind of have told me, solutions to the problem at hand. And so, he's such a hard worker. He really makes it easy. But yeah, he's learning, and he's getting better every single day. I'm really excited for him too.
What's been the biggest difference from Mike McCarthy as the head coach in your first couple years in the NFL to now Brian Schottenheimer entering his first year?
We just kind of done different things. I want to say, like, we're always been family oriented, and we're still family oriented. That was something that Coach McCarthy, held very near and dear. And so, like, that's something that hasn't changed. But I think the energy is just a little different. We're playing music. At practice, we got a basketball hoop in the meeting room, like stuff like that. We went paintball when we first came in the spring, and so that was just a little different. I think that's just a way that, Shotty has shook it up. We do bags before practice where we be having props and stuff. And that's just a cool way to keep things fun, because at the end of the day, and I have to remind myself every day, obviously we're chasing greatness, but, football is a fun sport. Like, we're here to have fun as well as, win a lot of games, win the championship and stuff like that. And so I think we're keeping that at the forefront as well, as just enjoying, the process with your brothers.
Now, you talked about the competition element and the bags and the props and the music. First off, what would be your music choice if you had to go first song right out of the gate, set the tone? What music choice are you going with first?
First song, man, I'd probably say In Control. In Control by NBA Youngboy.
Okay.
That's the first.
Yeah.
That'd be my music choice, the first song up. I mean, you want to
set the tone.
If you want to get it started, I think that's what you should go with. Just from my generation.
What's been your favorite prop so far through the bags? I know that's been a big storyline, and the fans enjoy watching it too. What's been your favorite?
My favorite prop, probably the stretcher. A lot of the defensive coaches brought out a stretcher, and I thought that was pretty funny. They did Oklahoma drill, and then so I got hit, they brought out a stretcher. That was a funny prop. That was funny.
Continuing back with the offensive side and Brian Schottenheimer's scheme, there's a lot of motion, there's a lot of movement, even on the offensive line, post-snap, a lot of movement there. How much has it changed your mindset and the way that you take care of your body because you know how much movement's on the way?
I mean, my mindset has kind of stayed the same. I want to stay, you have to stay on top of your body, like being, strong and ready to handle the volume offense that obviously we're going to bring to the table is like extremely important. And I think part of the reason that we are able to do this offense is because of the type of athletes that we have in the offensive line room. Like, we're great movers in space. I think we got a lot of dynamic guys top to bottom. Like, I'm talking, TJ Bass, Nate Thomas, Awesome Richards, Sadiq Charles, amongst a few who I'm really just, seeing, making a lot of strides, and they're going to be huge for us. And so I think that's just part of the reason that, we're able to do that, is because we do take care of ourselves, and, we're also primed the right way. Coach Harold knows how to get us right. So,
yeah, starting to see that depth pay off on the offensive line. Last one for you. You've seen the news surrounding Micah's deal and a former first-round pick and the player option going into year number 5. You're not to that point yet in your contract talks, but of course the contract will have to be renewed at some point. How much have you learned through his example in this process as a whole that you can instill upon your own contract situation going into the future?
I think the most important thing for me is just you gotta play ball, right? I mean, for me, it's like you said, I'm not to that point yet, in my situation. But I think I really just got to keep my head down and focus on, what ultimately is going to help me be better. I have to, work on my technique, work on my craft, and things of that nature. But obviously, things happen in time, and I'm praying all the best for Mikey. That's my brother, and he's a hell of a player. A hell of a player. And so yeah, I hope everything works out, and same with me, bro. I hope everything works out. Ultimately, I do want to take care of my family for generations, so that'd be pretty cool.
Certainly will work out, and you've worked out to this point in time. Tyler Smith joining us here from Oxnard, California. We've got more coming your way on DallasCowboys.com and the Cowboys Now app.